The links are Odysee, bitch, Chute, Gab, and join the Discord if you're brave. Bring your asbestos panties. Okay, so there's people are, of course, these are suspects on social media are saying the reason this is getting so much attention is because of their tribal affiliations, trying to get past the algorithm on YouTube, because it's it's the people of the light doing this. The reason this makes the news and why everyone knows the story of Lacey Peterson, I forget the guy's first name, from like 20 or 30 years ago, is because it's rare. Like the people of the light deleting each other is really rare. Don't get me wrong, it's not unheard of. I mean, there are cases where it happens. But it just doesn't, like, for a group that's 60% of the population, it doesn't happen 60% of the time. They're underrepresented is what I'm talking about. So this is, I believe, this weekend or last weekend, Chicago. 61 people got the 115 grain aspirin, 12 fatally during the weekend, including 29 on Sunday alone. You think, oh, that must be like a new record or something. No, it's not. That's Chicago. Because why do people care about the people of the light more than this other tribe? Because one is ubiquitous, and familiarity breeds, I don't know if it breeds contempt, I'm not sure what it breeds. It just doesn't get attention when it's every day, every weekend. This is Chicago every weekend. This isn't the top weekend. Top weekend, it turns out, was about what 1 month? It was about 6 months ago. No, 3 months ago, where 104 got that 115, 180 grain, 230 grain injection. That's Chicago. That's the new normal. There's no outrage because it's just like there's people who go to funerals, and then when they go to funerals, there'll be a drive-by at a funeral, or there'll be people at the funeral who will. The son went to his father's funeral, something like that, and he was deleted at his father's funeral. And people are like, this is insane. This is insane. Oh, well, we need to talk about it some more. We need to defund the police. Are you people out of your mind? I don't know how many times I can say it's insane when you're asking people, like, you're doing things that are leading you to this kind of stuff, and you want to continue along that path. Your best thinking guides you here. You got to try something really different. Okay, so the FBI raids home of Gabby Petito's fiance, removes parents, declares crime scene. They raided the home travel blogger Brian Laudry early Monday and removed his parents. Submitted reports that remains have been found. The thing is about the remains is that there were 3 people who were missing in the area over the past few months. It's kind of weird. And I think the 2 others were male, and they went in that area probably just to end it all just out in the woods somewhere, I'm guessing. But then the other thing that ties in, there was a lesbian couple who had some connection. I don't know if they had it. They were in the town where these people were camped out, and they were also deleted. So that's kind of curious. And I think the cops came out and said there's no relation, but like that's a lot of homicide for a little area. So it's kind of weird. And the thing is, this guy, he's not guilty. He's still entitled to due process. Like statistically, the odds are he's gonna be the one, but there's no guarantee of that. Like there could be something weirder going on. There could be another party who's involved. There could be. It's things like, yes, the conclusions, the information leads you to one logical conclusion, but it's not unless you see a videotape of it. You can't automatically jump to that conclusion. Otherwise, like, what if there's somebody else who's out there and he gets off the hook because it's like you fell for this red herring? And don't get me wrong, 99 times out of 100, this guy's going to be the one. But I was thinking if he self-deletes out in the woods somewhere, which might be on the cards in the table, on the table for him to take himself out, you'll never really know if there's something else going on. Because what happened to that lesbian couple? I'm not sure. So he's missing. He's a person of interest. He's not. That's why they're stressing he's a person of interest, because they don't want someone to, like, I don't even know if there's an arrest warrant out for him yet. They don't want someone doing something stupid when he's not charged with anything yet. Authorities learned he's no longer at the home, and the parents were doing something funny, like they were moving cars around. And I'm thinking the things they were doing, like they're moving cars to one location to say that the kid went hiking in this location, but then like 3 days later they went and picked up the car. It's like that doesn't make any sense. You guys just drove the car out there, parked it to like do a red herring to say, okay, search this location, don't search this other location where he's really. The thing is, if you're in the United States, you're going to get found. I don't know where else you're going to go. You might. I don't know if there's a restriction on your travel. Like, if you've got a lot of money, which these people don't have, because they got money, but not a lot of money. Like, you're not going to be able to go. Where are you going to go? You know, I mean, where in the world are you going to go? Like, to go hide out. Yes, there are places you could hide out on a passport. But you got to have a lot of money to do that. I mean, millions, or not, maybe not millions, but you got to have enough money to do that. And it's like you're going to be hiding in like South America for the rest of your life. It's going to take money to do that. That they don't have that kind of money, I don't think. Anyway, so like yeah, there's some shady. The thing is, like the best this guy could hope for would be to remove himself from the equation, or like she just gone to the cop and like went for like a life in prison thing. The more important issue is if you got a couple who's arguing, and like arguing is fine as long as you're not like there's one party who's not emotional about it. You got to be cool, but when it gets physical, it's like okay, this relationship's not working out. You don't have to make it a big deal. You just got to admit that like okay, this is going down a bad path. So for both, male and female, you just got to dip out of that relationship before things go on. Like once it gets physical, it's like, okay, it's just not working out. So they raided the home, but I'm not sure. I guess they got a search warrant for that or exigent circumstances, but it doesn't say. So they're put in an unmarked car. It's not clear whether they've been detained. Well, yes, you've been detained. Brief detention and subject to custodial interrogation are two different levels. There's levels of detention. We'll see. Home's a crime scene. Okay, so they got a search warrant twice for removing the family, put them in a van. They cordoned off the area and cleared the street 1 minute before FBI arrived, telling people you're in a crime scene. Cross-country road trip. Then there's a bunch of people who said they saw them. He drove back with the van alone, but then there's people who said that they saw them physically interacting with each other. And there's it went like the physical interaction went both ways because she had attacked him, and that was like admitted to the police. But it was like it sounded like it was a minor attack, but still you don't want to put your hands on anyone. And then someone else said that they had seen him slapping her. So who knows? The thing is, once it's gone physical, your relationship is over at that point. These aren't the old days. And she must have had some clue that this guy was a squirrel. There's something you got to have. Like you're sleeping with this guy every night for years, and you don't get any indication that something's wrong with him. And then like you're slapping him and he's slapping you. It's like man, like this is 2021. You should know that once it gets along that path. Okay, well the relationship's over. We tried. We're gonna have to go try something else. With like you got two people who are flighty, two people who are not in control of their emotions in a relationship. Ideally, you've got two people who are both in control of their emotions, but usually you're going to have a man who's more stable, more emotionally solid, and the woman is going to be the flighty one. And like she's really, really flighty, bad shit. Well, you can't. That's not good because you want a mom for your kids. But she's going to be like the woman is just. It's just the way it works. It's like more likely than not, it's going to be the one who needs like not a firmer hand because it sounds like slapping her around. I mean, someone who's not an emotional, not gonna appeal to emotion every time. Someone you need a cooler head in a relationship, and that's usually like 9 times out of 10, the cooler head is the man. Anyway, so they're searching for him. They found him. Human remains. Yeah, it's most likely going to be her, even though because the other two bodies that were missing were male. So we shall see what we shall see. And I mean, this is going to resolve like in a few days. I'm sure they're going to find him, or they'll find his body in a few days. And I hope they find him because, like I said, if they find his body, it's like you're never 100%. You're never 100% unless you get the thing is, even if you get a confession from him, it's like you still don't know. The only way you really know something is if you see a video of it, or if you got a bunch of witnesses or something. It's like mysteries. I don't know. Mysteries bother me if you don't have a resolution to them. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next episode.